You can put me back to the board.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the October meeting. Because the chairman is not here tonight, it's fallen to me to take his place. So please bear with me. I believe we have some members of the public who want to address the meeting. Can I call on Carla Sell?
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. My name is Carla Searle and I am an East Brent Parish Councillor. At the Parish Council meeting on Monday the 16th of September, I was tasked to formulate ideas for the forthcoming commemoration of VE Day 75 years. The anniversary is on Friday 8th of May 2020 and has been officially recognised by the government as a bank holiday instead of the first Monday in May. I am keen to involve as many people in the local area as possible and have approached the Royal British Legion branch in Brent Knoll. They are the only surviving branch neighbouring East Brent and Lyncham. SAFA, which is the Armed Forces charity, has issued an outline of planned national events during Friday, Saturday and Sunday, 8th of the 10th of May 2020, and I have emailed a copy of that to your clerk, Mr. Owen Culloch. I have come here tonight to ask if you are interested in marking this momentous occasion. If so, to show support by agreeing to light the beacon on top of Brent Knoll on Friday the 8th of May at 9 p.m, and to seek permission from the National Trust to this effect. East Brent Parish Council's forthcoming meeting is on Monday the 7th of October, where I am due to feedback comments. So far, I have contacted the Chairman and Secretary of the Royal British Legion Brent Knoll branch, Steve Russell and Eddie Fuller, flower arrangers at St Michael's Church Brent Knoll, St Mary's East Brent and St Christopher's Lyncham, the bell ringers, the church leaders, Reverend Kevin Wright, Mr Steve Bennett, Mrs Margaret Trapp and Brian Dallymore, who's the Royal British Legion chaplain. Head teachers at Brent Knoll Primary School, East Brent Sealy Academy, and I will contact the head of Lyncham Academy. I'm also in contact with Lyncham Parish Parish Council's clerk, Sally Ferguson, to ensure we do not clash with events. It is felt that display of Union flags at the usual sites, including the top of Brent Knoll, would be appropriate to acknowledge with thanks those who served during the war and all who worked during this time, kept families together, and those who were evacuated. Now, as then, we need to strive for peace. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Does anyone have any questions for Carla? Can I just say that as it's not on our current agenda, it will have to go on our November meeting and we will make a point of adding that to the agenda.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'll give her
Thank you.
this to you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Nice to be taken.
Can I call on, is it Angie Hicks and Mary, whoever wants to speak?
I'll go first.
You both wish to speak.
Yes, please. Yeah. Hello, everybody. Just a quick update about the scarecrows. Bob very kindly got in the Brent Knoll magazine to say that our scarecrows have been pinched and burnt off, which is a bit not very nice, but it has caused, it has promoted our cause. So it went on Facebook and in the magazine as well, and in the burnmonsea.com. So we did get a lot of publicity about it. But the whole point of it is to try and get the 30-mile-an-hour sign moved back. So Malcolm has been out to the site and had a look, and he's going to bring it up a bit later on in the meeting. So the only question that we've really got is that, that we've been dealing with the police, but they've been out to a site to say that we're allowed to stay, you know, to put the cameras and things and check the speed in a certain spot. But I know that the Brent Knoll have got a camera and you know, something else, a sign as well. So it was really just to say we just don't know whether we should be working with the police or working with Brent Knoll to say. And are you happy that we're you're happy that we do that? And the next step for them, they've been on holiday, but somebody is coming out to give us training. So that's what we're going to be doing next.
We do have a camera,
Yeah.
which is owned by Parish Council. But if you need to get access to that, you need to tell you where that is.
Okay, they have given us a lot of equipment and coats and things like that, and they're giving us training. But it was just, they told us one site that we're allowed to stand, but we didn't know, because Mary's going to say about Burton Road. Do they have to approve another site in Burton Road? Yeah, okay, right, that's fine then. Thank you very much.
Mary, would you like to continue?
Thank you. I'm Mary Cole from Pinktown Cottage. 21st and the 22nd, we had the Scarecrow theme. My husband and I, we made 2 mannequins that were dressed as police proposal speed awareness. I don't know if any of you seen them. Well, we thought we were successful because they did slow a lot of the traffic down those 2 days. But the lady that was running the Scarecrow weekend, she said that she'd gone into the pub up the road, the Red Cow. There was a gentleman at the bar talking to a friend, and he said to him he thought he'd got caught by a speed camera this morning because he was doing 40 coming through the village. Well, I think that went bad for 2 hairdryers, do you? Because that's what he got caught by, 2 hairdryers. But that was, to me, he realised he'd done it, right? The other question I would like to ask is it possible to get one of these speed identifiers, the one like the barrow by the doctors, so the speed will show what people are doing? Is it possible to have it down, basically outside our houses, a wooden what that could go on that will stop them, eliminate the speed, because the speed goes 40, 50, 60, and I'm not joking, this is true. It is unbelievable. And especially lorries and coaches and tractors, they are the same people, they're as bad, they go well over 30. And on an evening when the coaches and lorries go past, my house shakes. If any one of you would like to come and sleep at my house, you will feel it. At 11:45, the grit lorries, my house shakes with the speed they're doing. And it's about 11:45 at night. It's not good, it's not good at all. Now on the 4th of August, it was a Sunday, if do you all know where Pinktown Cottage is? We've got a carport on the right hand side of my property. A car came up from this way and it was coming down. I heard the thud. I went out to find a car, turned, hit the corner of my carport and turned, and it was across the road. The guy was still in the car. Now I went up to him and said, "Are you all right?" He had a fantastic remark why he did it. A rabbit had crossed the road. I can't say now about that. But my husband measured where his tyres went on the verge, on the right-hand side of our property. 30 feet he travelled up before he hit the corner of my property. So there's something right on our road, same with their road. People don't acknowledge it's a village and the speed is 30. They're abusing. So really, this is why I've come, to support us all really tonight, because something needs to be done. It's very, very dangerous. And I got a message for Bob from Viv. She says, "Are the signs ready?" Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you very much for listening. Thank you.
Would you like to respond, Bob? Or is that something between you and...
No, that's a different sign, but in terms of the police signs that we talked about last time, I have raised it with the county council and they are coming back to me on whether we could put those on our roads.
Right, thank you.
Sorry, I'm very sorry, I did forget to tell you. Viv came over tonight and told me there's roughly 10 more people that would want to come on and help. And I'll get the names. Okay? Thank you very much.
Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you. Jed Keeler.
My name's Jed Keel and I live just a stone's throw in 5 Willows, and I've come with Bernard Driscoll, who lives in 3 The Willows, councillors will be aware that there's a scheme that you're considering to deal with the problems of the Reen, in particular the parish side of the Reen. And the reason that we've come along this evening is about 3 weeks ago I met someone who is going to put in a quote for dealing with your side, the parish side of the Reen, and he said that he thought that all the vegetation was going to be cleared from the parish side of the Reen, and as a result of that I thought we ought to be able to put our point of view as to how that process might be managed. And I just want to make some historical comments. First, the estate was set up in 1990, or round about then, and since the establishment of the estate, the occupants of 3, 4 and 5 have planted shrubs on the parish side of the Reen and put up their own barriers. That's the first point to make. The barrier in 4 and 5 was a low picket fence, about wooden picket fence about that high, and number 3 put in a much higher fence about that high.
Yes.
Yeah. Now subsequently we tended to manage the Reen differently. When we arrived here in 2001, we took on managing the other side of the Reen, not knowing really, or not realising that it was the parish council that was actually responsible, and there were planted a significant number of ornamental shrubs and also various native shrubs that have built up, and we've tried to manage those over the years so that they're kept in check, but it has been difficult to do so, partly because they impinge on the wire fence that is currently there. So that's the point from our point of view. And number 4 have tended to manage theirs more as a hedge, actually, and it's a low hedge that they try to maintain, and Bernard has managed it with some of the original shrubs, but a lot of ivy and sort of, well, brambles have grown up, and we have a particular problem on our side with managing those. And one concern that I personally have is that if the whole ground is cleared, we're simply going to get brambles and ivy coming back. Now, we have no objection to some of the ground being cleared, but we would like, if possible, to be able to put a point of view that we could retain some of the shrubs on our particular stretch of the Reen. The other point that I think we need to make is that there is a problem with maintaining the bank of the Reen. And in particular, Bernard will have just a brief word in a minute, but our next door neighbour, Jim Butt, has approached the drainage board, I think, or the Environment Agency, and had discussions about the bank, and he was told that he shouldn't do anything with it. Now, there is wooden support on our side, but it's crumbling, and there is a danger that the Reen, the parish side of the Reen, will collapse into the Reen itself. I think, at least I hope, it will be possible for us to be able to negotiate a position where we could discuss with the parish council and the contractor whether we could retain some of our shrubs as a screen so that we are not immediately exposed to the green, basically.
Bernard, would you like to?
Yeah, Bernard Driscoll, sorry, I live at number 3. We agree totally with Jed. Over many years, we've obviously planted some shrubs because where we live in the corner, we're adjacent to all the play equipment, and so a degree of privacy was something that we would appreciate, obviously. So we planted some shrubs and other things which do give us that degree of privacy. Also, more than 20 years ago, the bank on the parish side was crumbling in our property, if you like. So I wasn't aware that we weren't meant to do anything, but we had some railway sleepers put in to keep the bank in place. And although they're now showing obviously some signs of wear, they do keep the bank, in a reasonably good condition. And we also, for example, only about a month or so ago, paid for a chap to come and dig out all the brambles on the parish side of the Reen, but on, if you like, on a bit of our side of the fence. The other point I was going to make is I understand that there are some plans being considered to get the Reen flowing again, because certainly in very heavy weather, the water level rises sort of slightly concerningly close to the level of our garden. On one occasion, I rushed down to Dewson's and bought sandbags because it looked, pretty ominous. So the question was, if there are plans to get the water flowing again, would it make sense, this may already be the case, to treat this as an overall project to get the Reen flowing and the bank done, either prior to the fence, or, is there a logic to doing that rather than getting the fence done first, and then having to come along later and do the bank and dig the Reen out? I've dug in the Reen and dug it out myself in a few summers. It's not a very pleasant job. But anyway, thank you for listening.
Thank you. I would just like to point out that we have your problem concerning the Reen under matters for consideration for discussion later in the meeting, and we will consider those points as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I open the meeting proper. Are there any apologies?
Yes, we have apologies from our chairman, Colin Townsend. He has family considerations to take into account. John Harper, who's on health grounds, and Ryan Freestone on health grounds and holiday, and David Sturgis has family issues. So they're all so we just need to have your your approval to accept those apologies.
Item 2, to receive declarations and pecuniary interests or personal and prejudicial interests.
Can I do the normal personal declaration in terms of district and county council membership, and also in terms of the applications down for planning today, it's pecuniary interest because it's directly opposite us, and so I will not take any part either here or at Central One if it ever came to Central One.
That is on the
General Committee Development.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, that's fine.
The minutes have been circulated. I hope they've been read. Is it your wish that they are signed as a correct record of the meetings? If so, can I have a proposal and a seconder? Can I have a show of hands, please? Thank you very much. Planning applications for consideration.
Just to clarify with this particular one, it's not a traditional planning application where we're expected to produce a response. We're invited to respond to it. It's a permitted development, and we're invited to respond to it should we wish to. And this is to do with caravans, mobile caravans being sited, 37 Brent Street. It was one of those things we sometimes get, we don't always get them actually, but we've been asked on this one. No. So it's a matter of for you whether you feel you'd like to respond as a parish council, basically.
Does anybody have any comments at all to make on this?
A general permitted development, is that something that's got in, or is that just...
Well, the general permitted development, it falls under general permitted development,
Right,
and the application for that exempt is basically from the caravan club.
right.
They're the ones that are actually seeking, comments from the parish council. It's not actually Sedgemoor as such. It's actually to do with the caravan club. So, it's a matter for you whether you.
Well, it's in keeping, isn't it, that we are the first resort as you come down the motorway, so there's lots of caravans and lots of people that come on holiday here, so it's bringing maybe 5 more families into the area to use our resources to support the economy.
What else does it involve? When we say caravans,
It's just mobile caravans, that's all.
So
Touring.
that in and out, and down for holidays and...
Yeah, becoming in and out, not static.
No.
I have one reservation, that is the access to this area. I've been told that at present horse boxes are taken through here, but caravans are a little bit bigger than horse boxes.
They're the same width as a car, aren't they? Caravans.
Well, some are, but some are quite a little bit wider.
I don't see no issues with accessibility because the road has enough room for large vehicles, tractors, lorries, to go up and down. So I wouldn't have thought that a caravan a towing caravan would be any issues.
How big is this site? In the sense of how big?
There was no details, was there?
No, I'm asking a question really. We don't really know enough, do we?
It's more to do with the principle of...
Because if they're going to have X number of caravans which are over...
they said 5, didn't they?
Yeah.
Presumably the neighbours have been contacted.
I would imagine so, and the fact that it's a permitted development means that it must fall within the permitted development guidelines.
Yeah.
Yes.
So otherwise it wouldn't have been permitted. If it had been bigger than... So
Yeah,
I guess
exactly,
I think you can assume it's permitted. So therefore, if it's permitted,
They'd have to apply for any infrastructure anyway, and they'd be told that.
I thought it would be something like, on the A38 as you go out to Highbridge, there's that little field, isn't there, with just a couple of caravans in there. That's how I envisaged it to be. Which I don't feel that would impact on anybody personally.
How close is it to...
We don't know where it is.
Well,
we know the address, the number, 37.
It's behind the
It's
houses.
it's
You go
behind the houses,
Down
isn't it?
the little driveway,
Yeah,
and you've got the field at the bottom of it.
right. So it's not actually near anyone, it's just in a field.
Yeah, it's behind the house.